Greetings. This is the Trade and Industrial Education Summer 2023 Program Updates. This is presented to you by Dr. Nolan Farr, Jim Presley, and Dr. David Barber. My program area courses include construction courses, masonry, carpentry, electrical trades, solar, photovoltaics, HVAC/R, and plumbing. They also include drafting courses, which is drafting 1, drafting 2 and 3 architectural, and drafting 2 and 3 engineering. Also includes woodworking courses, which is woodworking 1 and 2. And then in the past couple of years, we also have in pilot stages middle grades construction courses, which currently include carpentry, electrical trades, and masonry. IV-23 Drafting 3 Engineering and IC-63 Drafting 3 Architectural will remain in standard status for the 23-24 school year. Also, the proof of learning remains the Autodesk Professional, Revit, and Inventor credentials. An important note, vouchers can now be purchased through ThinkEDU, which is our new partner. For the 23-24 school year credential updates, there's only one new update, and that is the OSHA 10-hour construction safety and health is removed as an aligned credential to the IM22 Woodworking 2 course. However, it remains an aligned credential for the IM21 Woodworking 1 course. Construction program information updates. This year, there'll be an enhanced NCCER experience. I know firsthand this is going to be a huge, relevant, and highly anticipated improvement. This is going to release in late July. It's highly encouraged that all instructors take a look at the webinars that have taken part during June, unless they actually attended them during June. Below is the links for the two-part webinar series. The first part gives kind of a brief overview of the new terminology and changes. Some of this is more useful maybe for the administrators and myself, but still good to know for the instructors. The second part is a deep dive, and it discusses how the teachers and proctors user interface will look. Goes into detail about account creation, because that's going to be new for our students. The dashboard, how programs are managed, and then of course how testing and performance profiles are submitted. There's also some other important things like how credentials will be accessed by students and how we can print off credentials as well. These are very exciting. As noted, there are many enhanced NCCER user experience changes. These will be coming at the end of July. One of the most notable changes will be how NCCER account and card numbers are created. No longer will this process be completed by the teacher when they're creating their groups. This will now be completed by the student. Students will create their NCCER accounts, get their card numbers, and simultaneously sign terms and conditions. At the time of this account creation, students will be asked to select an alternate ID type. At this point, they will select the North Carolina Student Unique Statewide Identifier. For the alternate ID number, they will provide an accurate Student PowerSchool number, which they can get from their teacher if they don't have that easily available. It's very important that the Student PowerSchool number be accurate for the data to be properly reflected in NCTE admin. Resources for how this process will work will be provided for instructors and learners by both NCCER and DPI. A few other enhanced NCCER user experiences that are notable are the access to NCCER credentials, which now can be downloaded and printed by students, instructors, and at the district level at any time. The program and personnel management interface is easier and more intuitive. Credential reports will be more accessible and usable. And the module testing and performance submission experience for the students and the teacher. Now, the NCDPI specific NCCER updates. First, teachers should avoid administering NCCER level exam modules designated with an -LE or Spanish modules designated with an ES. These tests cannot be counted as a tethered credential in NCTE admin due to the misalignment of the curriculum editions that the teachers are using through the textbook adoption. Next is the NCCER program personnel update. This will begin to be conducted annually during the fall semester by the NCCER primary point of contact at the PSU level. PPOCs will review and update their district's information via Google spreadsheet and form to ensure that their district has accurate personnel roles and permissions granted to them by the accredited sponsor, which is DPI. Next, the NCCER program yearly audit. This will be conducted annually starting this fall of 2023. It will be conducted by the NCCER primary point of contact and the correct instructor or teacher. This will be completed via Google form and will ensure that each program that has students enrolled in their construction education program be an active NCCER registered program, have an instructor that is current on their NCCER craft certification, that their instructor is using proper procedures to carry out instruction and assessment. The students are provided the opportunity to earn construction education credentials in NCCER, and that facilities, equipment, and resources meet the requirements to conduct high-quality instruction and assessment. Now for some NCDPI licensure clarification. Per the CTE 004 Licensure Policies and Procedures Manual, the TNAC Construction License number 74026 is required to teach construction core, carpentry, electrical trades, masonry, HVAC, and/or plumbing courses. Now you notice I said and/or. And this is because an individual may have experience in just one of those areas or numerous areas depending on their work experience. Therefore, a minimum amount of documented work experience is required to qualify for this license. If an individual must have 2 years of work experience if they have a bachelor's degree, 4 years of work experience if they have an associate's degree, or 6 years of experience if they have a high school diploma. The teacher is then certified via NCCER ICTP training in the craft area based on their documented work experience. To provide further clarification, individuals are limited to teaching in the area in which the teacher has documented work experience. Each of those different 5 trades requires a unique NCCER craft area certification and the corresponding documented work experience. However, if a teacher would like to teach an additional trade, they can be added in the NCCER portal by myself. If they would like to do that, they can send me through email a resume of their work experience that shows documentation in the trade that they would like to teach, a transcript of 24 semester hours in the subject area that they'd like to teach, or they may complete NCCER module credentials in the courses they wish to teach by another instructor. In May of 2023, the High School to Community College Articulation Agreement was updated. This includes the woodworking courses, IM21, which is Woodworking 1, and IM22, Woodworking 2, articulates with the Community College CAB 111, Cabinet Making 1. Drafting courses articulation includes IC61, which is Drafting 1, to articulate to DFT 111, Technical Drafting 1, and DFT 111A, Technical Drafting 1 Lab. The IC61 Drafting 1 and IC62 Drafting 2 Architectural articulates the DFT 115 Architectural Drafting or DFT 119 Basic CAD or ARC 114 Architectural CAD. Next, IC Drafting 1 and IV 22 Drafting 2 Engineering articulates with the DFT 151 CAD 1. Lastly, IV 23 Drafting 3 Engineering articulates with DFT 112 Technical Drafting 2 and DFT 112A Technical Drafting 2 Lab. The individual must receive credit for DFT 111 before receiving credit for DFT 112. For construction courses articulation, IC00 Construction Core and IC21 Carpentry 1 articulate to CAR 110 Intro to Carpentry or WOL 110 Basic Construction Skills or CST 110 Intro to Construction. Next, IC00 Construction Core and IC41 Electrical Trades 1 and IC42 Electrical Trades 2 articulate to ELC 113 Residential Wiring. Lastly, IC00 Construction Core and IC11 Masonry 1 and IC12 Masonry 2 articulate to MAS 110 Masonry 1. Additionally, the individual could complete IC13 Masonry 3 to articulate to MAS 110 Masonry 1.
Welcome, my name is Jim Presley, and we will discuss the program areas that I manage. The program area courses that I manage are automotive service courses, the collision repair courses, welding courses, the metals manufacturing courses, and 2 of the middle grade courses, exploring safety and tools in the trades and exploring automotive service. We will first look at the various program updates. For the 2023-24 school year, the credential updates for Welding 1 is just a name change. The OSHA 10-hour construction industry certification is now the OSHA 10-hour construction safety and health. SP2 is changing their platform to a new improved platform. This new platform will be released in mid-July 2023. SP2 is working on developing training videos that will help with the transition, which will be released also. This will impact automotive, collision repair, and welding courses that use SP2. If you're currently subscribed, you should have gotten emails about the changes.
Now let's look at the updates for the automotive service program. First, ASC program accreditation fees will be increasing July 1st, 2023. Back in January of 23, ASC consolidated the accreditation fees to include the ETL's fee. And the price then for reaccreditation was $1,595. On July 1st, this fee will increase to $1,895 for a reaccreditation. Initial accreditation will increase from $2,230 to $2,530. Please use the 2022 application, and throughout the year I will be contacting various PSUs on the status and offering support with accreditation. Also, licensure has changed. Instructors are required to have the 4 ASCs: suspension and steering, brakes, electrical, and the auto maintenance and light repair certification. but it has changed that they needed to have these certifications within 6 months of hire. It is still highly recommended that the instructors have them prior to entering the classroom, but it is not required. Now they need to have them within 6 months of hire.
Upcoming professional development opportunities for automotive instructors are the ASE technical webinars, which are offered weekly, bi-weekly throughout the school year. They generally will be 1 hour sessions, and they will resume August 29th, 2023. As information becomes available, I will post it on the Moodle. Also, the Automotive Service and Technology Expo is in Durham this year. This is a great expo offered by the Independent Garage Owners, which is the Automotive Service and Tire Association. The conference is September 28th through the 30th. Links are in the notes. There is a new high school to community college articulation agreement for 2023. And with automotive service, the IT11 Automotive Service Fundamentals will transfer to the TRN 110 Introduction to Transportation Technology. This is a new articulation agreement. Also, the IT 16, 17, 18 Automotive Service 1, 2, and 3 articulate to TRN 111, TRN 112, and AUT 113. This is an existing articulation agreement. A link to the whole agreement can be found in the notes. Updates for collision repair are as follows. The new regional ICAR representative is Jeff Russell. This is his email and his phone to contact him with questions. Also, the Collision Repair Education Foundation will be sending out the Collision Repair School Solution Survey. By doing this survey, schools end up with free software and subscriptions. So it takes a little bit to fill it in, and you get the free access to some software and various subscriptions. Again, for professional development, ASE offers the technical webinars, which will resume on August 29th. Some of them are specific for collision repair, some of them are automotive. Again, I will list the schedule when it becomes available. There is a new high school to community college articulation agreement for 2023 with collision repair. IT30 Collision Repair Fundamentals articulates with the TRN 110 Introduction to Transportation Technology. And then IT30 Collision Repair Fundamentals, Collision Repair 1, and Collision Repair 2 Non-Structural articulate with AUB 121 Non-Structural Damage 1. Also, IT30 Collision Repair Fundamentals and IT31 Collision Repair 1 and IT33 Collision Repair 2 Refinishing articulate with AUB 111 Painting and Refinishing 1. There are no major updates for metals manufacturing, except just want to make everyone aware of the Gene Haas Technical Education Community. A link is down in the notes. This website and the Gene Haas Foundation offers various resources for teachers. They offer teacher training. Up in Virginia is the closest training center. They offer online learning resources, tools and equipment discounts for programs. And this fall, the date to be determined and location will be the North Carolina Haas Instructor Conference. This will be an excellent way for instructors to network with industry and fellow secondary and post-secondary instructors. Once more information is available, I will put it on the Moodle. The high school to community college articulation agreement for 2023 for metals manufacturing is as follows. IM 41 Metals Manufacturing Technology 1 and IM 42 Metals Manufacturing Technology 2 articulate with BPR 111 blueprint reading and MAC 111 Machining Technology 1 and MAC 151 Machining Calculations. And finally, the high school to community college articulation agreement for 2023 for welding technology is as follows. IM 61 Welding Technology 1 articulates with welding 110 cutting processes. IM 61 Welding Technology 1 and IM 62 Welding Technology 2 articulate with WLD 110 cutting processes and WLD 115 SMAW stick plate. And finally, IM 63 Welding Technology 3 articulate with welding 121 GMA MIG FCAW plate or welding 123 FCAW plate. Skills USA events for 2023 are as follows. The State Leadership Workshop, which is held at Camp Dixie right outside Fayetteville, North Carolina, will be held October 1st through the 3rd. This is a great workshop for both students and new instructors and instructors wanting to begin a new chapter. Also, the State Fair Contest will be held October 17th to the 22nd at the North Carolina State Fairgrounds. The regional conferences and rallies are held in the, between February and March in 2024 throughout the state. The state conference this year will be April 23rd to the 25th in Greensboro, and the national conference will be held again in Atlanta, Georgia, June 24th to the 28th. Links to more information can be found in the notes.
Hi, my name is Dr. David Barber, and I am a trade and industrial education consultant for the state of North Carolina in career and technical education. I manage 3 basic areas within trade and industrial education, all the public safety courses with the exception of emergency medical technology that is now managed by Melissa Leeds, the drone courses, and the advanced manufacturing courses. There are currently no pathway updates for any of the courses I manage for the school year of 2023-2024. Let's look at the course updates for my program areas for the school year 23-24. The only course update that I have in my program area for the 23-24 school year involves ID10 Drone Technology Fundamentals. This course was in pilot status last year and is moving to standard for the 23-24 school year. The proof of learning is the PBM. IP21 Emergency Medical Technology 1 and IP22 Emergency Medical Technology 2 are in standard and will remain so in the 23-24 school year. The purpose of showing it here in my slide is to identify that even though there's no changes to the course, these courses will now be managed by Melissa Leeds, the health science consultant, who happens to also be a level 2 EMS program coordinator with the NC Office of Emergency Medical Services. Now let's look at the program updates that I have coming from my program areas for the 23-24 school year. The Public Safety Education Handbook has been greatly modified during the 22-23 school year and is planned to be released at summer conference, and will include all the updates to program information, including detailed instructions for meeting requirements of any outside entities. In the areas of professional development, we continue to work in the drone technology at training our teachers, specifically in the areas of our ID12 Drone Technology 2 class. If anyone's interested in getting those trainings, if they would reach out to me directly, we can help plan the training. There needs to be a minimum number of people for the training institute to do the training to make it cost justified for them. In the area of public safety, IP12 Public Safety 2 and IP52 Emergency Management 2 do require additional teacher training. And again, if you would like to have that training, it goes along with the same as we talked about for drones. There's a minimum number required to offer the training. So please let us know if your teachers are in need of that training, and then we can work with our curriculum training people to ensure that we get the training needed and the time needed to complete that for them to be able to teach the classes. IP21 Emergency Medical Technology 1 and IP22 Emergency Medical Technology 2. Melissa Leeds manages these courses now, and she would be the person that you would need to contact to get any of those additional trainings or meet those requirements as necessary. Now let's look at our high school courses that would need to be looked at for the 23-24 school year in my program areas. There's really only one course that we're really focusing on as far as needing any special attention from you in the field for the 23-24 school year, and that does include the ID10 Drone Technology Fundamental course. As you know, it's moving from pilot to standard for the next school year. It does have a PBM for the proof of learning. You do need to use DJI Tello drones. They need to be actually education drones. So they're the Tello EDU drones that is listed in the equipment guide. These drones are capable of being programmed, and we do require as part of the course that the students use what's called block code programming. And that's really very high level programming, but they do need to be able to do that to complete the PBM. There is summer conference training on this. We will be having training for the Tello flight training. We have Pisco coming in with a net and everything that'll be in Piedmont 4. We also have Tello basic programming that will be covered in the workshop. And then there will be a curriculum overview of that ID10 course for our teachers. A general reminder, we do have all of our information related to drone technology on a variety of different social medias. You can find hashtag drone pilots for NC on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. All of the videos that we create ourselves are loaded on our YouTube channel and are easily accessible there, including how to implement and deploy a high school drone program. We have a recent update this past year. And anytime we see additional information related to news articles that we feel like would be interesting or applicable to our program, we do hashtag it with that Drone Pilots for NC. And we recommend that our teachers and our directors do the same thing. Just put in the social media at the end the hashtag Drone Pilots for NC so all of us will be able to see that information.
So now we're going to talk about Emergency Medical Technology 1 and 2. Effective July 1st, 2023, EMT will fall under myself as the health science consultant. I am also a level 2 EMS instructor with the regulatory agency, the North Carolina Office of EMS. All new programs will still require approval meetings, and programs that have not had a course within 2 years will require reapproval. So the North Carolina Office of EMS high school instructor requirements are as follows. The instructor has to carry an unexpired, valid provider credential that's issued by the North Carolina Office of EMS. That can be an EMT credential, advanced EMT, or a paramedic, and it has to be valid for the school year. The instructor must also have an unexpired, valid level 1 or 2 EMT instructor credential, also issued by the North Carolina Office of EMS. The level 1 or 2 EMT instructor must be in the classroom for students' time to count towards the course requirement. This is regulatory from the North Carolina Office of EMS. The time for the course for EMR, which is IP21, is 96 hours, which bridges into the 240 hours which is required for EMT. In the event that a teacher leaves, I need to be notified as the DPI consultant and the level 2 instructor. So I need to be notified immediately. So the request for course form, which is the way that we request courses from the North Carolina Office of EMS, will be placed on the old Moodle for the fall semester. It will be on the Moodle July the 1st for fall, and it will be on the new Moodle December for the spring semester. Hopefully I might be able to get it on both places, but we'll see. Course requests must be submitted to the North Carolina Office of EMS 28 days prior to the start of course. What does that look like? If you start school on August the 28th, I have to request a course from the Office of EMS by August the 1st. When we make that request, I have to have your course dates and times that students will be in the course and in the classroom. The regulatory agency, the North Carolina Office of EMS, has the right through our education plan to come and visit the courses on the dates and times that we say that we are teaching. You must have a qualified EMT instructor, which we talked about earlier, prior to the start of each semester. So if the course request is made on August the 1st, you have to have an instructor August the 1st. The school calendar must be uploaded on the form. The local MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, between the school and the support entity must be in date, showing the ability for our students to have field clinicals. Last year, we did a document that was a recording with Dr. Barber, Kim Miller, and myself, which was called the EMS Program Requirements. All CTE directors and teachers were required to listen and document that they understood via a Google form. This year, I've decided to do that a little differently, and that form will be sent out to CTE directors and teachers, and it will be signed by the CTE director, principal, and the teacher, and then uploaded into the request for course form. We're also going to have teacher training requirements from DPI, and these are additional requirements that are outside of the North Carolina Office of EMS requirement to maintain a provider and instructor credential. This ensures that our teachers are following the education plan between DPI and the North Carolina Office of EMS. These training requirements can be achieved through summer conference. They can be achieved through the TNI Fall Conference from NCACTE. There's also going to be other training that can be done through our Level 2 instructor, myself, or Kim Miller, or our designee. And we will be having collaboration stations monthly. Any CTE director, any teacher, or CIMC is welcome to join. We will be alternating best practices with any information that needs to be delivered from the North Carolina Office of EMS. We have created a separate page on the Moodle for EMT programming. The page will remain under the TNI web part on the Moodle, and this Moodle page will be ready for teachers on August the 1st, and the enrollment passkey is EMT PLC 2023. We're excited to have the opportunity to combine all of our information in a very central place, so that our teachers have better ease of access to the information.
We are now accepting nominations for teachers and/or support staff to serve on curriculum and assessment revision teams for the 2023-24 academic school year. This includes reviewing and revising the course standards for all courses within the construction pathways, and includes the courses IC 11, 12, and 13, which are the Masonry 1, 2, and 3 courses, IC 21, 22, and 23, which are the Carpentry 1, 2, and 3 courses, IC 41, 42, and 43, which are the Electrical 1, 2, and 3 courses, and IL 55, 56, and 57, HVACR 1, 2, and 3 courses, and lastly, IL 58, 59, and 60, which is the Plumbing 1, 2, and 3 courses. This also includes state assessment creation for IT 11 Auto Service Fundamentals and PBM creations for IT 16 and IT 17 Auto Service courses.
This concludes our program for TNI updates. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to any of us, myself, Dr. David Barber, Mr. Jim Presley, or Dr. Nolan Fahar, and we would be glad to communicate with you. Your email addresses are listed here, and we look forward to answering any of your questions that you might have. A reminder that you can find us on hashtag CTE for NC. You can follow us on social media. That would include Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube channel. You can also tag us in your social media post at hashtag CTE for NC. On behalf of my colleagues, Mr. Jim Presley and Dr. Nolan Farr, this is Dr. David Barber. We thank you for your attention and our presentation. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to reach out to us. We do